And this is a big focus story that India Today exclusive. Nehru Snoop. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi met the kin of freedom fighter Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose in Berlin late last night. This meeting came after an India Today report on 2 decades of spying by former Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru's government on Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's family, a report that has rocked the nation. Surya Bose, the grand-nephew of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, reiterated the family's demand for the declassification of all files relating to Netaji's disappearance. The Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, reportedly told Netaji's relatives that a team would be constituted to scrutinize all the files, ascertain all the facts around Netaji's mysterious disappearance, and then a decision will be taken. The family of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose is to hold a rally in Kolkata shortly. They're demanding complete declassification of Netaji files. Netaji's family will lead a protest march to INA Bhavan in Kolkata. And I want to bring in Indrajit Kundu for more on this. Indrajit, Prime Minister Narendra Modi met Netaji's kin in Berlin. What is it that the family is seeking now? What is their next course of action?
Well, that's right, Gaurav. The Prime Minister did meet the family members of Netaji in Berlin last night, given assurance as to what is the kind of action that the Prime Minister is going to take. We have been speaking to family members of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose since morning, and they say that they are quite positive about the assurances that have come from the Prime Minister. However, they have once again come out on the streets demanding the declassification of all secret files related to Netaji, and they're also saying that it is time that history is rewritten. That is one assurance that they would want from the NDA government, because they believe that the Congress government has really been unkind as far as Netaji's legacy and to the Indian independence movement is concerned. I'm now joined by Abhijit, who is one of the grand-nephew of Netaji. Sir, please tell us, what are the demands that has brought you on the streets today?
See, today is a very auspicious day in the history of India's independence movement. On this day, in 1944, INA took control of Moirang, a place in Manipur, by defeating the Allied forces of British and the American Army. And Colonel Shaukat Ali Malik, the commanding officer of INA, he hoisted the Indian national flag on Moirang.
Now, but many doesn't know that that was for the first time that the Indian flag was hoisted on Indian soil.
Exactly, it was the first time the Indian national flag was hoisted, and Moirang was liberated, and it was free for 3 months. There was a fierce battle for 3 months, and today the British government, the UK government, has accepted the fact that that was the toughest battle fought by the Allied forces and the British forces.
So what hurts the Subhash Bose family? Is it the fact that you were under surveillance for 20 years, or is it the fact that the due recognition as far as history textbooks across India is concerned, that has not been given to the legacy of Subhash Chandra Bose?
See, let them do the surveillance on us, we don't mind that. But our prime thing is that Netaji should be given prime importance in the history of India's independence struggle. That he has not been given. The history pages should elaborately carry the works done by Netaji and his INA. And it should be very categorical in one particular fact, which has been accepted today by the British government and also by Clement Attlee, the then Prime Minister of Britain, and Lord Louis L. Mountbatten, that it was because of Subhash Chandra Bose and INA that India got liberated, India got freedom through transfer of power.
So are you giving us the sense, is the family giving us the sense that over the years, successive governments at the center, they have been really unkind as far as legacy of Netaji in textbooks are concerned, and that should be rewritten?
They have distorted the history. They have spoken the half-truth. Well, you see, we are not against Gandhiji's principle. Yes, he was the man who was responsible for bringing the national integration. But due respect and major respect should be given to Netaji, because it was because of Netaji and his INA that we got freedom on the 15th of August.
What about the assurance of Prime Minister yesterday when he met Surya Bose in Berlin? Does it come as a comforting factor for the family?
Well, it is it will not be a comforting factor until and unless all the files in the central government and the West Bengal government are declassified. But we have some hope, we are seeing some hope, because when cousin Surya has met the Honorable Prime Minister, he has assured that he also wants the truth to come out. And that is the word he has said, repeatedly he has said. So we also feel that the truth should come out. The truth should come out, and also we should know the real history. The history should be rewritten. The real history of India's independence
should be forward. So that's the sense that you get as far as the Netaji family here based out of Kolkata is concerned. They're all voicing in one, terms that the history of Netaji's legacy in Indian independence movement, that should be rewritten, and it should not remain a mystery so many years after India's independence. Back to you.
Indrajit, brilliant interview there with Abhijit Ray, Netaji's grandnephew, who says India's history should be written in the correct perspective so that Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose and the INA get their due, because so far, as his nephew says, we've studied a distorted history in this country that did not give Netaji his due.